Hey guys, we're here to do another unboxing of Witch's Essentials. I believe this is for the August box. I think it's the August box. Not 1% sure how it works, which months you're getting. So as you can see, we have black tissue paper this month. When you open it up, here is your sheet telling you what all is in it. And also this month, it talks about their brand new box that they're coming out with called Practical Magic. I believe the box is coming out in September, if I'm not mistaken. So you can be on the lookout for that. Not sure what all it's going to have in it. As you can see on the thing, it says best way to describe it is to think, it's supposed to say lush with a touch of magic. So maybe it sounds interesting, so I'll check it out and see what it's going to be like. These are the contents of this month's box. We have our information sheets. You get quite a few of them. Looks like there's 5 this month, so I'll get into those when we get everything out. So let's get into the box. Our first herb on top is hops. It's looks like little seed pods all in it. It's a different type of herb than we've had so far. So it's the first one. We have orange spell candles this month. We have angelica root. Sorry for the glare on the bags. That one is very strong smelling. I'm not exactly sure what it smells like, but it's super strong. Yes, yeah, I can't even smell the hops through the bag, but that angelica root, you can smell it. Then we have basil. It's a very common herb to have in your house. It's quite filled. The bag's pretty full. You can smell that one as well. It's not as strong as the angelica root, but you can still at least smell it through. Next we have peach kernel base oil. It says this one's from Spain. So that's good. We've got, that's all that's in the box. Our last item is our spell kit. And it looks like this month is an herbal tea. And it says, with a teapot, you have all 4 elements to work your magic. The pot is earth, water, of course, to brew the tea. The heat is fire, and the aroma of the herbs from the tea is air. It's a late summer tea. Looks like it has jasmine, rose, bay leaves. And then for a healing tea, has rosemary, rose hips, lemon balm, thyme. And then for a harvest tea, you have hibiscus, lemon, and lime. And so the first one was a late summer tea, and just for a summer tea, you have chamomile, yarrow, and lemon. It says place your blend into a tea bag or ball, place in pot or cup, pour over boiling water, and allow to steep for 5 to 10 minutes. Now, I'm sure you can probably find the information on these herbs, but you do want to check before using them if you're pregnant or anything like that, because I know some of the herbs are not good for pregnancy, so you might want to check that first. And the kit comes with everything. Everything you need in here is in here. You have a little tea light candle. You have a tea ball. Let's see if I can, there we go. There we go. It comes with a tea ball, so that's really nice, especially for anyone that doesn't have any. It's a good way of getting one. Then you have, let's see, for the late summer tea, you need your, let's see, where is it? You've got the jasmine. And they look like pretty good sized flowers in there. So you have jasmine, you have rose, and you have your bay leaves. And you probably want to crush these up a little bit. Or you could leave them whole and it might be easier to steep it with. You definitely want to make sure you get all the bay leaves out because they're very fibrous and they're very sharp and they don't break down well when cooking. So that's for your late summer tea. And it's 1 teaspoon of the jasmine, 3 of the rose, and 1 of the bay leaf. Then you have, for your healing tea, let's see. Oh, there it is. You've got 1 teaspoon of rosemary. You've got 1 teaspoon of rose hip. They almost look like raisins. Very dry raisins, but. Then you have 1 teaspoon of the lemon balm. Half a teaspoon of the thyme. And that's it for that tea. And that's a healing tea. And then you have, for your harvest tea, you have a teaspoon of hibiscus. You have a teaspoon of lemon. And then you have a teaspoon of the lime. And for the summer tea, you have a teaspoon of the chamomile. Let's see if it'll focus there. There we go. You have a teaspoon of the yarrow. And you have a teaspoon of the lemon. So, and then I got cinnamon. I guess you could put cinnamon in to flavor it. Doesn't show cinnamon on any of them. But I mean, you can always add it for flavor. And our bumping the camera. Our information packet. You have your peach kernel. It says the peach is an emblem of marriage. Your magical aspects are abundance, fruitfulness, and happiness. And then it goes into kind of the little bit of how they get the oil, what it's used for, what it's good for. There you go. Next one is our Angelica root. It shows you the history and folklore. Shows you the medicinal properties. Oh, and that gives you a warning for people with diabetes and pregnant women. So be aware of that. And it shows you the magical uses and the alternate names of masterwort, archangel, garden angel, and just angelic root. Next, we have our hops. You have your history and folklore. You have your medicinal. And then you have your magical uses. And alternate names are beer flower and hop flower. And you have basil, your history and folklore, your medicinal uses, and your magical uses, and then all the alternate names: common basil, sweet basil, St. Joseph wort, St. Joseph's wort, Tulsi, Tulasi, Krishnamal, Kala Talusi, witch's herb, Alabahaka, and American Dittany. Wow, those are some crazy names. Hopefully I didn't butcher them too bad. And then you have a tea ritual. It says this is best done when you can go outside during the full moon. Sit or stand on the ground, preferably earth, but if not possible, just sit or stand on the ground in bare feet. If not possible to be outside, then sit inside with moonlight shining on you. This spell is to call upon the elements. And that's what our little white tea light's for. It says you need the tea and one tea light, one white tea light, hot water, lighter, or matches. It says with the loose tea, make a cup of tea. Take your cup outside along with your candle and lighter and sit in the moonlight. Take deep breaths and focus on a harmonious season ahead. Light the candle and close your eyes. Feel the energy of the moon flow through you. Feel the energy beneath your feet from the earth. Turn to the east and say, I sit beneath the power of the moon in both darkness of the night sky and the Luna light. I call to the element of the east for wisdom and intellect. I am surrounded by air, the element of the east. Then sip some tea, and then turn to the west and say, I call to the element of the west for emotional balance and intuition. I drink the element of water, so these qualities flow through me. Then turn south and say, I call to the element of the south for fire and creativity. This candle flame represents the fire element. Next you turn to the north and you say, I call to the element of the north for health and strength. The earth beneath my feet reminds me of my strengths, both physical and emotional. Then put the candle before you and say, the white candle invokes the spirit for the inner self and my spiritual journey. Whenever I feel the four winds, I return to my spirit and feel harmony and thanks. Then it says to drink the rest of your tea, leave a little in the bottom and pour it onto the earth. Leave the candle to burn down and throw the wax away, or you can snuff the candle and use it for another full moon ritual. So that's really nice. There you go. Can see that. All right, well, that is all we got. We got all of our herbs for our tea ball. We got our little white tea light. We got our orange spell candles and our 3 herbs of the month. A lot of stuff this, oh, and our oil, sorry, got our oil too. So a lot of stuff this month. So I hope you enjoyed this video and have a good day. Bye.